Hello everyone, welcome to Chapter 2, Lesson 1. We're going to be doing percents greater than 100 and percents less than 1%. So some things will be, an outline will be doing percents as decimals or fractions. And we'll also be working with decimals as percents. So the real world link. There are 220,000 species of plants on Earth. Of those, 590 are carnivorous. Plants such as Venus flytrap catch their prey as food. Write the fraction of species of carnivorous plants in simplest form. So out of the 220,000 total, we have 590. And if we simplify that, we have 59 over 22,000. So if we want to change this to a decimal, we're going to divide. 59 divided by 22,000. Now, of course, this is going to be a decimal, so 22, that cannot go in there. No. Still no. So now we're in business. I'm going to extend this. So we have 22,000 goes into 59,000 two times. And that's going to be 44,000. And that's going to give me 0,0051. And I have to add another 0, bring that down. 22,000 goes into 150,000 six times. And that's going to be 132,000 and 18,000. We're actually just going to stop about right there. So we have 0026, 0026, and that's going to be about 3 thousandths. So write your answer to exercise 2 as a fraction. So 3 thousandths, that's going to be 3 over 1,000. I don't know why they give us a dinky spot. So 3 over 1,000. Number 4. Since 3/10 equals 30% and 3/100 equals 3%, what percent is equal to 3 thousandths? Well, it's actually going to be the same exact rules as Chapter 2, Lesson 3. So if I have 3,000th, same rules apply. I'm going to move the decimal twice to the right, 1 to here, and my percent is going to be 0.3%. And explain, I'm going to say same rules still apply. I moved the decimal place twice to the right. So same rules still apply. Even though this percent is not a whole number, or I'm not sure if you want to call it like that, but it's still same rules. So percents is decimals and fractions. So percents that are greater than 100% or less than 1% can also be written as decimals or fractions. So example 2, oh my goodness, I cannot talk. Example 1, write 0.2% as a fraction in simplest form. So if I have 0.2%, same rules apply. 1, 2 to the left. So my new number is I'm going to fill in my zeros to help us out. So my new number is 2,000th, and we know 2,000th as a fraction is going to be 2 over 1,000, or if we reduce, 1 over 500. So same rules still apply. Percent to decimal, move twice to the left. Decimal to percent, twice to the right. But now, this time, we're at 170%. So 170%. Same rules still apply. I am going to take my decimal and move it twice to the left. So now I'm at 1 and 7/70 hundredths, or 1 and 7/10. So this can be written as 1 over 70 as 100 as a mixed number, because I have my 1 in front of my decimal and my whole number, and that's going to reduce to 1 and 7/10. So same rules still apply. Moved it twice to the left, and I used the rules from the other lessons to make my decimals to fractions and fractions to decimals. So go ahead and try A, B, and C. Pause the video. Okay, so in A, B, and C of 25 hundredths of a percent, I move the decimal place twice to the left, and that gives me 25 10,000ths, or 25 over 10,000. For B, 300%, I move the decimal place twice to the left, so my decimal is 3.0, or you can just put 3 as a fraction or decimal, it's going to be the same answer. For C, I have 530%, and I take that and I move the decimal place twice to the left, so I get 5 3/10 as a decimal, or I put 5 3/10 as a fraction. So example 3, Jimmy's savings increased by 250%. This is write 250% as a mixed number in simplest form and as a decimal. So 250%, so we have 250%. I'm going to take that, and my rules to move it twice to the left for percent to a decimal. So I have 2 and 5/10, or 2 and 5/10, and that reduces to 2 and 1/2. So remember, percent to decimal, move twice to the left. So go ahead and try D. So for D, we have 11 hundredths percent. We move it twice to the left, that gives me 11 10,000ths, or 11 over 10,000. So if I had to make a guess, I'm assuming now we're going to be doing the opposite, or the, nope. Alright, so moving on, mixed numbers and decimals as percent. So yeah, we are doing the opposite. To write a decimal as a percent, multiply by 100 and add a percent sign. To write a mixed number as a percent, first write the mixed number as an improper fraction. So the improper fraction, trying to see if I can do this. So it says write 1 and 1/4 as a percent. It says to write it as a improper fraction. That's one step we can take. So we're going to do that method. Whoa. So 1 and 1/4. So we're going to multiply and then add. So 1 times 4 equals 4. 4 plus 1 equals 5. So we're at 5 over 4. And then to get to a percent, our denominator, same rules. Denominator needs to be at 100. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom. And I get 125 over 100. So that means I have 125%. Now, if you didn't want to do that step, so this is OR, so 1 1/4. If you just still did the same to the mixed numbers, so we have 1 25 over 100. As long as you remember to include the whole as 125, you can do that. But that's if you have to remember that to include this one as a 100%. If you don't want to change it to an improper fraction. So there's that. So go ahead and try E and F. So here are my answers for E and F. I changed my mixed numbers to improper fractions. So my denominator times the whole number, 2 times 10 equals 20, plus 9 equals 29, so 29 over 10. Change my denominator to 100 by multiplying top and bottom by 10, so I get 290 over 100, which equals 290%. Or in F, at 3 2/5, so 3 times 5 equals 15, plus 2 equals 17, 17 over 5. And multiply top and bottom by 20, I'll get a denominator of 100. So 340 over 100 equals 340%. Or if you wanted to do the other method, I know 2 9/10. I can just multiply that by 10, multiply that by 10. So 2 90 over 100. As long as you remember to carry the 2, that works. Same with F. So I'm going to 3 and I'm actually going to do it in a different color. So 3 2/5. Multiply that by 20, multiply that by 20. That equals 3 40 over 100, which equals 340%. Whichever method works best for you. So we also have examples 5 and 6. Same rules apply. 1 68 hundredths. From a decimal to percent, you just move the decimal place twice to the right to get to 168%. Same with number 6. So we have 75 10,000ths. Move it twice to the right, and we have 0 and 75 hundredths of a percent. So same rules apply. So go ahead and try G, H, and I. So same rules apply. I moved all the decimal places twice to the right. So for G, I got 250%. For H, I got 4/10ths of a percent. And for I got 16 hundredths of a percent. Same rules, except for my percentages are either greater than 100 or they're less than 1. So let's move on to example 7. This is a lot of examples this lesson. This is the cheetah is the fastest land mammal in the world. I can't even pronounce that. The peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world. Its speed is 2 1 times as fast as the cheetah. Write this number as a percent. So we have 2 1/10. And our rule, move it twice to the right. So the main thing that you guys need to remember is moving it either twice to the left or twice to the right. Just remember decimal to percent to the right, percent to decimal to the left. So we're at 210%. So go ahead and try J. So for J, it says the slowest land mammal is the sloth. Its speed is about 16 10,000ths that of a cheetah. Write this number as a percent. So we move the decimal place twice to the right to get 16 hundredths of a percent. And that's going to be our final answer. So that is also going to conclude our lesson. Thank you for watching.